EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And the Mile High air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh. 58 right there.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Good shot, baby. Go.
Lock now on first down. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Recon, 130 grip.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. A huge play there for Denver. 52 yards.
That's good for Broncos. First down. First and 10 at the 16.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
We got 4. We got 4.
Get it.
Now Locke on the bootleg. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Here we go. 30 base. Pilot, 64, weak.
Everyone, you got 4. 4 down.
Bravo.
Check 3.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsay. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Set. 18 Gator. 6'6". Bullet high. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
52. Block 52. 52's the mic.
Now.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Justin Houston make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, let's talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Hey, switch gear.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
On 2nd and 12, Lott, and he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And he's taken down inside the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
You remember me? Let's go, baby. Big X, big X, big X.
Find down. Hey, later, 2.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. This one complete to Devin Funchess. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Hines. And an alley to run. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Check out route. Hot, hot. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Here's Hines.
Switch.
And some room to maneuver. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 27. From the gun, it's Carr. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now Carr, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
Go, go.
Go, go. Hey, check Mike 34. Mike 34. You're mine.
Throwing now is Carr.
Check 3.
Got an open man. That's Campbell. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Colts have taken the lead. Gostkowski with the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
Let's go.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do? And he fires one that's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On play action, it's Carr. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Carr. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them, don't they?
They get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And he's got his man Hilton. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Extra point good by Gostkowski. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Lock to throw on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hines. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
They run with Hines. Space to run past the 20. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Nyheim Hines. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
At the 45-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Boys, 52. All day.
Protein spill. Let's go.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Hey, wahoo!
Check that. We got Mike 52 right here.
Yeah.
After the sack on 1st down, Locke. Throwing left side, it's complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
It's a pickup of 13. Leads to 3rd down and 3.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. This is first and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
58, right over there, right up.
Now Locke. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but it'll be second and goal.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a third and goal.
I don't even have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the fourth quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that.
Ready?
They'll try to run with Lindsey. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now fourth and goal. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on fourth and goal from the 1. Locke will try to sneak, try to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You've got to try and get a first down and run out this first half.
He gets it complete to Harris. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's go, hey. OP. Hey, Alpha. I'm coming. Here we go.
Here's Carr. Flushed out right. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Monday, down. 180.
He's tired of me. He's tired of us.
Looking to throw on second down. Carr going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks.
Come on, guys. We got this.
Intercepted. The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Got it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
First and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Down.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
First down, Colts.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
You ain't doing nothing. You're mine.
58's the mic.
The final shot here before half for Carr. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at the 11-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look.
Check safety, check safety.
White. Easy, kill.
Shotgun now for Carr. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Throwing again on second down. Lock. This is the tight end Fant. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. They'll run with Lindsey. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be second and goal now.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. That's caught at the 3. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. As his guys are in for 6. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. McManus's point after is good. And it makes the score 21-10. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Blue draw, Corker.
White.
Now a give, right side. Hines, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce him, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8
How's
ounce.
that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
Carr now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you.
734. Hey, echo.
Someone got man. 57's the mic. Lie down. Blue Dan.
This is Hines. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a 1st down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. From the gun, Carr. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
You're out. General West.
Watch out.
He's got this one complete to Sherfield. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Johnson now operating from the gun. Able to find Deion Kane complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Carr now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
Check.
Deuce right seat. 9.
Into the red zone. It's Carr. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now second and goal. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? They'll try to run with Hines. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Nyheim Hines with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. On first and 10, here's Locke. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Philip Lindsay, the intended target. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them. Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On second down and 4, Carr. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
They go play action here on first down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
On second down now. It's Hines, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Carr going to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion. And
the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights and that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Lock now on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. And out of bounds right around the 20. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Again, it's Locke. And now here is another interception. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Touchdown, Indianapolis! Nyheim Hines with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
At their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Get it.
Another try after the first down sack. Lock. That's complete to Jake Butt. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Lock going to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Hey, orbit.
Throwing on first down is Locke. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Here's Locke. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off down near the 5. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now...